Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. August was the longest 8 weeks of my life. It just kept going and going, and now it's finally September. If we can all hang in until the 11th, it's going to get nice and cool around here. Yes.
Fix the thing.
Go fix the thing. So many things to do up here. But we're going to be welcoming some 80-degree weather about the 11th of this month. I'm looking forward to that. Yes. Welcome back to the Positive Living Center, everybody. Welcome to those who are here on Zoom with us. Good morning, Zoomers. This is the year of creating healthy lifestyles. And the topics and themes for September are for physical health, meaning, mental health, purpose, and spiritual health, follow the call. I look forward to hearing our speakers this month talk about these issues and these topics and themes. We're going to get into meditation in a moment. I'm going to ask our guest musician today, Ron Greenstein, to play a little something for us, kind of get us into the mood. Ron? Let's take a few deep breaths, shall we? Letting everything go in this moment together. We know who we are. We are instruments of God's Spirit. We are here on this planet on purpose. We have meaning to our purpose, and we follow the call with God's Spirit in our lives each and every moment of each day. Thank you, God. And so it is. I was up very early this morning. Wasn't really my intention, but I just woke up very early and I got a chance to have some coffee and sit in the dark and let our two kitties come up and love on me. And I felt like God was right there, just right there. Someone once said that if you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need in life. I think that's true. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Ron, for those beautiful, beautiful music thoughts. And now it's time for our spiritual thought. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce Reverend Lawana Bull. Hi, LJ.
Hi, Joe. Long time no see. Good morning.
I'm your camera guy, remember?
You're doing great.
You're the one who's always reminding me.
You're doing awesome.
Thank you.
Want a full-time job?
No.
Okay. That's our tease. He really doesn't want to be super great at it, because if he is, then more people will want him to do that. That's his joke that he always says to me. So I was going with it. Hey, someone's coming in. I haven't seen before. Come on in. Oh, Joe was mentioning our kittens this morning. And I would just say that the meaning, that's going to be my my portion of the talk, is on meaning. And when Amber was crying that one day, I mentioned about before, but when she was crying that one day, I thought she was telling me like a baby, crying, change me, feed me, that there was something that she needed. But it wasn't that. It was that Johnny was locked in the closet and she knew it, and she wanted something. She wanted us to go help Johnny get out of the closet. So I figured that out. Then last night, I closed the pantry door. It's a barn door, so it slid closed. And it was Johnny's turn. Johnny was over at the door making all kinds of racket. And I'm going, I got you guys figured out on this one. I'm pretty sure I know the meaning of this. And I opened the pantry door and there was Amber on the inside. So they got each other's back. I'm telling you, it's beautiful. So meaning. When it comes to words, the meaning can go back in ancient times. Like Angie mentions about root words being from Latin. So we have these meanings for these words that just, they've been here for so long. And then, of course, they can change their meaning. The meaning can change over time. Then we have the meaning when it comes to our lives. What does it mean? In the meanings, the meaning is created, and sometimes it changes over time. We've heard the story before about the farmer who had the son, and the son had broken his leg on the horse. From the horse, had fallen off the horse, broke the leg. Oh, so bad. That's so sad. But then they came over to constrict him for the military, and he couldn't go because, oh, that's so good. In other words, the meaning can shift in our thinking based on situations and based on where we are at the moment. We are the author of our story. We author it through the meaning that we give to the things that we witness and the things that we experience. I remember Reverend Michael Torphy taught me one that's never going to leave me, I don't think. And it is that he says we always get to be right. In our choosing the meaning, in our deciding what our meaning is going to be about something, we always get to be right. Now you might go, wait a minute, there is a right, there is a wrong. How can you always get to be right? You get to be right because you're the one making the choice about how you see it, how it feels to you, what kind of reality you assign to it for yourself. Each of us. That perspective, that individual vantage point is our meaning. And it is in the physical, it is in the changing. When I think of the physical world, I think of that changing world where everything is always moving. We call it matter, but we know that matter isn't stuck. We know that matter through physics and the things that Bob teaches us is it's much more malleable. It's much more Play-Doh, this matter world that we live in. One of the things about creating the meaning in our story is that literally things do change over time. 27-year-old's perspective and meaning about things is going to be different than a 37-year-old's, 47-year-old's, 57-year-old's, 67-year-olds, 77-year-olds, 87-year-olds, and 97-year-olds. I just listened to 12 Notes not long ago. It is a book that has recently been put out by Audible, and it's by Quincy Jones. And it's not about Quincy Jones' great successes. And we know there are many. In fact, mind-blowing number of Emmy nominations. But it's not that. It's about all those lessons he picked up over the years, all of those that he discovered and found, and he called them the 12 Notes. And I love that in one of the 12 Notes, the recommendation was learn what everybody else has done with those 12 notes. Until a new note is made, learn what everybody else has done with those 12 notes. That was one of the things that he emphasized. So learning about how other people have chosen to live with the 12 notes of life, we could say. We also can keep a beginner's mind in our choosing our meaning, knowing that it could change. Knowing it may be wonderful for it to change, whatever perspective we have now. It can change because of someone we just met and their way of living and their way of being. It can change because we have an epiphany. We have an aha. We have a realization. The meaning. May all our lives overflow with rich meaning that touches our heart, that fills us with gratitude, and that makes us smile as we reflect upon it. And so it is.
Thank you, LJ. Got some music for you. Ron, how do you pronounce your last name? Greenstein. Ron Greenstein, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him some love.
This song was nicely with what LJ just offered up. I just picked it kind of at random, but song that came up with 20 years ago or so. It even has a chorus. If you want to sing along, feel free. If I continue to think as I have been thinking, I will continue to act as I have been acting. And if I continue to act as I have been acting, I will continue to get the same results. How about if I change these patterns of how I've been thinking and become aware of values that have been conflicting? I myself out of this bog in which I've been sinking, and enjoy the freedom to answer the call of my Lord. But if I continue to think as I have been thinking, I will continue to act as I have been acting. And if I continue to act as I have been acting, I will continue to get the same results. Now I can see life is happening in me, not to me. And the little dispels the. Oh, hold on a second. Life is becoming less. No, that's the other way. Sorry. Now I can see life is happening in me, not to me. Okay, here we go. And the light of this truth dispels the dark and the gloomy. The world so oppressive and imposing now passes right through me. For all along it was merely a phantom at play with my Lord. Becoming less about having and doing, and more about being, with all of life's problem pots stewing, cooking up humble pie and lessons on which to be chewing, to nourish and help me grow closer to my Lord. But if I continue to think as I have been thinking, I will continue to act as I have been acting. And if I continue to act as I have been acting, I will continue to get the same what? Results. Yeah, now practice is really the key. It is essential. For principles alone, they only hold potential. And right attitude turns that key, and eventually a new habit forms to take the place of the old. But if I continue to think as I have been thinking, I will continue to act as I have been acting. And if I continue to act as I have been acting, I will continue to get the same, continue to get the same, continue to get the same results.
Thank you, Ron. That was fabulous. It's time for our main speaker, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce Reverend Sandy West. Good morning.
Good morning, sweetie. Is that me?
That's you.
Oh, Ron, that was so cute. That's going to be going through my mind for months. I like it. Oh, we've got some interesting topics this month. LJ hit meaning from one aspect. I'm going to hit it from another. Ever since I was little, I used to ask, what am I doing here? What is the meaning of all of this? What am I here to learn? Why am I here? What's going on? And that went on for a long time, through childhood, through adolescence, through having the kids, the first marriage, even into the second marriage. There was nothing that really I could hang my hat on. So when I came back after my first marriage and the divorce, I started going to the Fresno church and taking classes with my mom and dad. Is that me making that noise?
So,
Okay. I started going to the Fresno church with mom and dad. And Angie was going there too. I met Angie then. And I started really paying attention to Science of Mind. It gave me a lot of things to think about. It answered a lot of questions over the years. It gave me meaning, and it also gave me a purpose. My purpose became ministry. I was going to do all the classes and study what I could and work on that. And I don't think that it's ended yet. I think those words are ongoing as we continually fine-tune and become more and more of what we can be. And that became my call. My calling was to the ministry. My calling was from God, or whatever word you want to use. I'm comfortable with God, but use source, use whatever works. And this call was humbling. God had always been this big thing out there. Something I went and prayed to, something I asked for help from. But God wasn't me. I wasn't God. We weren't connected in that way. And it took me years to work on that, to put that together in a way that worked. Once I got there, it was like a whole new world opened up for me. No matter what was going on, I could still be safe. I could still have purpose. I could still have a life. And it taught me to detach from having emotions about everything, detach from having opinions about everything, to look at everything as perfect, whole, and complete, just where it was, being whatever it was being, doing whatever it was doing. I don't like the fires. I don't like the wars. But there are choices that others have made that I have to honor. So that is a part of my world. But then I learned that those things are probably still reflected within me, that I haven't healed the wars within me, that I haven't healed all of those things and become more and done more. And it once again put me back. Dad used to say, go back to first cause, go back to the text, go back to the beginning, go back to your connection to source, and work out again from there as you come to new levels and learn different things. As your meanings adjust, your purposes adjust, it all changes constantly. That's the only constant thing in this world is change. everything changes. And I continue to change. It's easier now. I've found, but it took me 70 something years for it to get easier? It wasn't always easy. I can remember writing out treatments and reading them over and over and over to convince myself, because I didn't trust Source enough that they would happen. I don't have to do it like that anymore. I don't have to do big, long, cumbersome treatments anymore, because my faith has become so all-consuming for me. My faith has made this whole world beautiful for me. No matter what's going on in it, there's beauty in it. It taught me to look at things differently. Whether you're what we would call the good guy or the bad guy, how well are you doing that job? Are you the best bad guy you can be? We learn through things that happen. We learn through the bad people or the bad actions, what we don't want to do, how we don't want to be, how we don't want to think. We need those examples. It shows us all of the sides of what being human means. And being human has a lot of meanings, a lot of ways of doing things. I look back over my life and think of all the things I would like to do over. But you know what? I wouldn't know any better at that point in time than I do now. I would have done them the same way, because that was going to school and that was learning and that was evolving. And I needed those classes. I needed to learn those things. My soul needed it. The world needed for me to learn them. If we don't learn, the world can't change. It can't evolve. It can't be more than it is. Changing is so important, no matter what it is. And we change, and then we try that out for a while and see if it's working or not. If it's not working, you have the opportunity to change again. We're empowered to keep changing, to become more, to do more, to whatever it is that we need to learn to be. It's so wonderful when you can go out in public and not worry about how someone's dressed, how someone's walking, what they're doing. It is so freeing. We talk about freedom, but we don't allow ourselves our true freedom. We don't allow ourselves the freedom to love ourselves. That was one of the hardest things for me to ever learn, was to love myself. I thought I was ugly. I thought I was horrible. I thought I was this terrible being who'd done some terrible things. How could anyone love that? How could I love that? I who loved this God that I thought was wonderful. It took me years to learn that no matter where we are on the path, it's worth continuing. It's worth keeping and trying to become more, to evolve, to have new purpose, to learn new meanings. My purpose now mainly is connecting with Source all the time, to have that connection permanently. And that means true freedom to me. And that's what's so important for me. Freedom isn't just the ability to vote for somebody. Freedom is the ability to think, to make choices, to do these things. My thoughts can't be taken away from me. My prayers can't be taken away from me. They're important for me, and they're mine. And I do them. It's important every day to get up for me and to connect with Source. And every night before I go to sleep, to connect again. To keep that line open, to keep that awareness open, to keep all of that flowing. That's my purpose, for it flowing, and it matters. I think back to the days that I didn't have this, to the days where I was so miserable and so unhappy. and so full of anger and rage. There's no way I want to go back to that. That's a horrible way to live, in my opinion, and I never want to do that again. We care here at the PLC. We want to help everyone find the healing and the freedom they need, to find purpose in their life, to help them move forward to be all they can be and all they want to be. It's beautiful, the people we have. Just look today, the great music and the great spiritual thought and Joe's prayer, all of it coming together to fill our hearts, to make us feel that connection, to help us. I come here because it's full of love, because it's full of caring. When I drive onto these grounds, all the cares of the world flit away. It's a peaceful place, and I appreciate that. To be able to just sit here on the property and to feel that in the middle of town, we have this oasis of peace. To come here, come anytime. You can unhook the gate. There's chairs out there. Come, experience it. Allow it to be you and for you. Allow yourself to reach out and grab all of this potential that is yours. To grab it, to hold it, to love it, to be it. Loving is so important. The verbs, loving, loving, freeing, freeing. They're gorgeous words. They're words that guide us on our paths. They're words that guide us through whatever turmoil there is, whatever's going on in life. There are people here that will help you pray or pray for you, talk to you. Utilize that. All of it is for us, for each other. It's for all of us to have this potential, to have this freedom, this love, to realize our purpose, to find our path, to answer our call. So when you go forward this week, think about it. What is your call? And how do you go about finding it if you don't know what it is? Think about it. Think about the things that are important to you. Think about what you like to do every day. Think about intangibles, for the call is an intangible. So go forward this week, be loving and freeing, and love yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Sandy. I'm still trying to figure out who I am and what I am in this life. Daily I grow, it feels like, learning new things. And besides that, Luana won't let me just relax anyway. She has me on
You
a,
only had a head.
if I only had a what?
Head.
Oh, yes, that'd be very nice. There are so many things going on up here. You have no idea.
Poor Joe.
Poor Joe. Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. Can I have a couple of people come up and help me with offertory, please? Good morning. Here comes the other one. Good morning, sir. Let's do our offertory statement, please. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive.
Thank you.
I want to thank everyone for your contributing to the Positive Living Center. Your monies is what keeps this place open, and everybody is flourishing. Every time we give, we do receive. We know that. So thank you. Thank you very much for your offertory today. Thank you. Thanks, sir. Do we have any announcements this morning? Yes, way back there. Brenda.
Judy Bressa's drum circle is coming Saturday. Starts at 4. If you haven't been before, I highly recommend it. It's amazing. So again, Saturday at 4 here at Hospital Living Center. And I know Zoom probably can't hear me. You just let him know I was talking about the drum circle.
Yeah, the drum circle this Saturday at 4 o'clock here. Thank you. Yes, dear.
When you're done with the drum circle, you can go over to Gallery Row and the opening reception for Sierra Art Trails will be taking place there. Catalogs are available, postcards, if you're interested, come ask me more. And I will tell you. And
Thank you.
Judy will be in Sierra Art Trail.
Both of us are actually,
Ooh.
Judy and myself.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
it's more down the road related, but yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so after the
I'm gonna be more.
okay, so after the drum circle at 4, you can traipse on over to the gallery. They'll have a showing of everything that they have there in artistry.
There's more, because it's a trail, right? Yeah. It starts there and then goes.
Okay, there's a preview show. It's already up. You can go there today and through the week, except for Tuesday. Saturday is the reception. Our trail is the first weekend in October.
Okay,
All right, you got that?
I think I have it now.
Okay, good.
I needed that. Thank you.
I have an
Thank you.
announcement.
Yes, go ahead.
You see it on the screen. The Affiliated New Thought Network has just released a book called New Thoughts for Today's Contemplations for a Rapidly Changing World. And Reverend Sandy, Reverend Stella, and Angie and I all have articles in there, and it's now up on Amazon.
Wonderful.
It has 200 articles in it, inspirational writings that you can just thumb through. And if you need a thought for the day or need to contemplate on something, it's a nice resource for yourself and for your growth.
Can we put a link on our next newsletter?
Yes, we're going to do that.
We're going to put a link on our newsletter for that.
Laura had that idea. Yes. We'll
Good.
get that. We'll get that in the iFocus.
Thank you, Reverend Misty. Anybody else? LJ?
Just a reminder that on the 22nd, which is a Thursday, we're going to have our autumn equinox labyrinth walk.
Our labyrinth walk
Yes, our
is,
chairs will be all opened up here. We have a beautiful labyrinth on our floor, and it'll be an inner experience. If you haven't had a labyrinth walk before, just to kind of give you a little bit of what it's like. It's an opportunity to tune in to a symbolized experience that goes beyond the symbol. And it really does tune us into our core spirit, our highest. And it is a beautiful thing. It's also representative of the life is a journey, because you can't get lost. The labyrinth may look all wiggly. And what do you mean? Go there, but you can't get lost. And that's like life's journey. You just can't get lost. It's going to keep us going. So join us the 22nd.
the 22nd of September,
Yes, 6 to 7.
labyrinth walk.
Here. And bring friends.
Yes, it's quite an experience than we had previously. I hadn't taken a walk in a long time. It was very emotional and very uplifting. You just feel so lifted by it. It's a great experience. So please come and join us for that. What time does that start on 26th? 6 o'clock. Okay.
Thursday.
A Thursday. Okay. Anybody else? Okay.
Oh, yeah, one more. At 11:45 today. No, 11:15. Yeah, 11:15. We're going to meet anybody who would like to be on the labyrinth team. Please see me, because we would love to have you join us in doing this gift for our community. So if you'd like to play, join me.
Join you at 11:15 this morning after service?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I will be your prayer partner today and throughout the week. Please get in touch with me. I love to pray with you and for you. And as always, all ministers and practitioners are available to anyone. Next week's speaker, Reverend Bob Hand. Is that right, Bob?
If the spiritual calling comes, it's right.
I'll pray up on that for you on Saturday, just to kind of get you there. Oh, my goodness. Let's do our prayer protection, shall we? The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Ron, can I have you come up and play a little something for us? Got one more up your sleeve? I knew you would.
Go ahead and pick this up.
Oh.
Yeah. just right here. So both talks reminded me of 4 words that I heard somebody offer up as a guiding principle for lives to be lived. And I just thought I'd share those 4 words. I think you'll appreciate them, and they sort of seem to fit in with the month's themes. And those are learning, growing, healing, and contributing. I really like those to come to mind and put a smile on my face. Oh, I may have to do a little tune here. Let me just make sure. Bacon and a meat, a friend. With open heart and open mind. Don't try to make him break or bend. It would be smarter to be kind. Win him over without war. And only fight to understand that being right will never score or make an enemy a friend. So take the challenge Jesus gives. Bring some warmth where it's cold. Take it to the heart where each soul lives. Make lead into gold. May you be a friend, though he may criticize criticize each move. He's ready for you to defend. So merely try to improve. Wait him out while he unwinds. When his rope is at the end, hate and envy fades, and what he finds is envy and he are friends. So take the challenge the wise ones give. Bring some warm where it's cold, and take it to the heart where each soul lives. Make lead into gold. Yeah, win him over without war, and only fight to understand that being right will never score or make an enemy a friend. Make an enemy a friend. Make an enemy a friend.
Thank you, Ron. Reverend Sandy, you come up and pray us out, please?
Excuse me. Would everybody please include Bob Hand in your prayers this week? We need him to hear the call. Oh, God has a great sense of humor. Oh, for there is only God. And as we come together in family, we know this, we share it. Coming together in love and understanding and gratitude and humor. We definitely are a family. And it makes a difference in the world that we rally around, that we pray, that we care, that we evolve. Life needs us, and we are answering the call. And I give such glorious thanks for that which is ours. And say with me, please, and so it
And
is.
so it is. All right, before you all rush out, did I hear that there's maybe somebody here for the first time today?
Your head's cut off.
That's what you heard, your head's cut off.
All I can see is your neck hair. Yeah.
Is there anyone here for the first time today? Raise your hand if you are. No? All right, good deal. I didn't want to miss somebody. I want to get a chance to meet you guys. Thank you all so much for being here today. Thank you for those in service. Thank you for your offertories as always. God bless. We'll see you next week.